Hello, welcome. We're glad to have you join us in another exciting edition of Sports this morning. We're reaching you from our sports center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okon-Akpan. Welcome. On the show today, we're not leaving the NFF drama series. Who has been following this drama? NFF Drama Series 9. Yes, a FIFA deadline on the Nigeria Football Federation passed on Monday with no sign of Chris Giwa at the NFF Secretariat. Remember, it was Giwa's controversial appointment that led to a threat of a FIFA ban. The World Governing Body had said last week it would suspend the African champions from international competition if Chris Giwa and his executive committee were still at work after 7 a.m. GMT on Monday. But the deadline came and went with Giwa and his predecessor, Aminu Megari, nowhere to be seen at the NFF headquarters in Abuja, where there was no immediate word from FIFA about the next step. So you see, people are actually afraid of FIFA. But that's not the end of the drama. Factional NFF President Chris Giwa is set to vacate the Glass House on Monday, but is expected to take his case to the Court of Arbitration for Sports. NFF Drama Series, we're here to talk about it. Let's leave the boardroom politics and now travel to South Africa, where this Super Eagles team on your team are ready to fly again. But the big question is, are they really ready to fly when they take on South Africa tomorrow? That's a crucial game for Nigeria. They need to win down to actually keep hopes alive. Talking about qualifiers for the 2015 African Cup of Nations in Morocco. South Africa won their first game against Sudan in Khartoum. Nigeria lost to Congo 3-2 in Calabar. Tough one for the Super Eagles. Are they ready to fly? We'll talk about it today on the program. At the 2014 US Open, we saw drama when two underdogs took on themselves for the title, and it was Marin Cilic that actually swept past Kai Nishikori. He didn't just win the title, it dented the hopes and aspirations of the entire Asian continent. He swept past Nishikori 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 to win the US Open and reached the pinnacle of the sport 1 year after a doping ban kept him out of the year's final Grand Slam. Let's go to the NFL, where there's also drama. And this guy on your screen, his Rice has just gone bad. The Baltimore Ravens has terminated Ray Rice's contract, and the NFL has suspended him indefinitely after video emerged showing the running back striking of his then fiancée in the face. Rice was already serving a 2-game ban from the NFL for the incident, which became public earlier this year, when another video showed him dragging an unconscious Jenny Palmer, who is now his wife, out of an elevator of an Atlantic City hotel. That's not saying no violence of any sort in sports. Welcome. Let's take a quick look. We'll run down to Newcastle to see how the great North Run went down. Kayode Akintemi took part in that, and we'll come back. Sports this morning on Channels Television. We'll talk. Stay.
An endless line of runners. 57,000 people crossed the starting line of the 2014 Great North Run in Newcastle, northeast of England. This is Britain's biggest mass participation event. People from all walks of life, from within and outside Britain, young and old, running to raise funds for charity or personal purposes. A melting pot of elite athletes, Paralympic champions, blind athletes led by guides, and everyday people testing the limits of their endurance, pushing through each mile towards the finish line. Cheering crowds urged them on along the 13.1-mile course. The Bupa Great North Run is a half marathon that takes place annually every September between Newcastle and South Shields since 1981. What started with 21,000 runners has grown to hit the 1 million cumulative participants mark this year. Raising money for charity is a major part of the Bupa Great Run experience, from cancer research to diabetes, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and many others. Some charities spoke with Channels Television on the impact of these voluntary actions on their work.
55,000 people, and nearly every one of them raising money for one charity or another. You realise how generous people are to be supporting them.
The weather stayed favorable as runners began to breast the tape. The breathless feeling of accomplishment very evident. Each runner crossed the finish line with a sense of achieving a milestone and, more importantly, having done something for a good cause. 65-year-old Kenneth has done this for 34 times. Make that 34 years.
I just keep myself fit and I love doing it. The atmosphere is brilliant. Everybody's brilliant.
For everybody who's running for somebody or for something fantastic, well done.
I work for Research UK, so I thought it would be something really nice for us to do our first run together.
This is the first time I've done the Great North Run, and it's an amazing run, great atmosphere.
Mo Farah picked up his gold award, establishing him as the first British man since Steve Kenyon in 1985 to win the Great North Run. He finished in exactly 1 hour with his friend Mike Keegan hot on his heel. Channels Television's own Kayode Akintemi was part of the race, finishing the 13.1-mile run in a remarkable 1 hour and 59 seconds.
The run was excellent. It was a good run. It was an opportunity to raise money for charities. And I know that everybody can afford to give a little. So it is a thing of joy for me to be able to contribute to what Save the Children is doing for children globally and as it affects children in Nigeria. I'm really excited about it.
And the 1 million mark at last. The Great North Run is officially the first race in the world to hit this mark. Tracy Cramond, an NHS worker from Darlington, emerged as the 1 millionth finisher.
The Great North Run Marathon for 2014 has indeed hit the unprecedented mark of 1 million. It's been a wonderful and amazing experience being here, watching people run for a cause and raise money for charity. Hopefully, we'll be here again next year. From the finish line of the Great North Run Marathon, Newcastle, Doris Okenwa reporting for Channels Television News.
Fantastic run right there. 1 million participants. Good one. Thank you so much, Doris. And Mr. Kayode Akintemi, this is a challenge. When you come back next year, I'll be right there at the run and I'll finish in under 1 hour. That's a challenge. Welcome, Sports This Morning on Channels Television. And wherever you are in the world watching us, we welcome you to be part of the show. Yes, you can. On Twitter, you can join us. Let's talk about everything going down in your exciting world of sports. We'll talk about the NFF drama series number 9, and we're still counting. We'll talk about the 2014 US Open. That's all important AFCON qualifying game between South Africa and Nigeria. We'll also get our attention on the show, and then we'll talk about the NFL saying no violence in any sort is accepted in the league. On Twitter, we're Channels_sports, and on Facebook, we're Channels-sports. Welcome on board. Just to let you know that Chinasa Ibonye is with us in the studio. It's a Tuesday, and Chinasa is always with us every Tuesday. Chinasa, it's good to have you on the program.
Always good to be here, Austin. How you doing?
Chinasa, that 65-year-old man finished, and he's appearing at the Great North Run for the 34th time.
Yeah, 34
you and
years
I
ago.
should be there next year.
I think we need to do more of that, Austin.
You'd probably finish in 5 hours.
Nah. I think I participated in the first ever half marathon that was done, when it started in Nigeria, and
You finished in 6.
that was way back. I don't know how well I'll do now.
Okay.
It was some while ago.
Okay, Chinasa, good to have you on the program. And then we're talking about nothing but the issues going on in Nigerian football. And then you think you're reaching the finish line, and then you turn back and you realize you're just starting the race. No ban from FIFA, but Giwa says it's going to CAS.
First of all, Giwa has done the only honorable thing, throughout the whole shenanigans. Because I was very disappointed the way he was parading himself as the NFF president. After being told severally to step down, but apparently, maybe due to the letter from FIFA, he has decided to step down. Yeah, he can do whatever he wants to do now. He can go to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. He can go wherever he wants to go. But the first thing is to step down so that it won't really affect our football. That is getting a FIFA ban. So right now, he can pursue it however he likes. He has every right to pursue it. He says there was an election. He was elected president. Good. If the other people tell you that the general secretary is saying something else, FIFA is saying something else, you can go ahead and make your case with CAS, and let's see how far it will go.
That's it. Chris Giwa did the right thing. in a way, sort of saved Nigerian football because he could have said, oh, let me see the words that will come out of this and all of that. So, to an extent, thumbs up, Mr. Chris Giwa. We appreciate all you did to ensure that the Super Eagles play that crucial AFCON qualifying game against South Africa. Take your case to CAS, and if you're doing the right thing, justice will be served. Definitely. That's all I want to do with the issues going on in Nigerian football, because there's an important thing to talk about, and that's Nigeria versus South Africa. These Eagles that you saw on Saturday against Congo, can they fly in Cape Town?
You know, I don't really base the Eagles' performances based on just one performance, because these guys, I don't know how they do it. They tend to play according to a position. We've always been saying this, you know. Apparently, they underrated the Congolese. They could also add the factor with what was going on at the NFF at that time, you know, maybe translated onto the pitch and onto the players, the coach. So the coach is not even the main coach, is substantive for now, you know. So a whole lot of things going on. But apparently, it might be a blessing in disguise that Congo actually came here to shock us in Calabar. So they'll go into the game against South Africa knowing that at worst they will get a point, but I think they might go out there and get a victory. But the good thing and the scary thing, I heard the South African coach yesterday, Shakes Mashaba, talking about how they will not let the results, you know, the match against Congo, they won't let the results, you know, deceive them. That they know that anytime they come up against Nigeria, you know, even without the result, I don't think South Africa need any incentive. They've never, I can't recall. I don't think they've beaten us in any competitive international. You know, I can't recall right now, and we've met them a whole lot of times. So definitely they have that one already. Thinking of when they will end that jinx or hoodoo against Nigeria, and they might think that this is the best time.
Yeah, let's say they'll look at all the issues going on. They'll look at the fact that Coach Stephen Keshi is still having problems with his contract. So much coming out of Nigerian football, but